first like to take this time just to say I'm sorry for the lighting in the beginning and just an ending there. It's just because the sun has started setting at like 6 o'clock now, and I started filming kind of late, so I'm sorry, I'm learning. It'll get better, but it's a wild ride, so stick around. Hey guys, it's me, Clen. Welcome to my channel. This is my first video ever, and I decided to do a Bratz Halloween makeup tutorial. So yeah, I'm just going to take you by step. I did a voiceover. If there's anything I missed, I'll have all the products down below. Same with all the brushes I used and everything. My boyfriend actually went and got me these, the headband and the shirt, and he did an excellent job of matching the photo, which I'll actually put somewhere here. I'll put it in so you can see what brat I'm actually modeling this after. There are so many brats, so I wasn't sure which one to do. I knew I was going to be Chloe, obviously, because I'm already blonde, and I already had blonde long extensions, so I was like, okay, I'll just be Chloe. But as for which Chloe to be, I figured that the best and easiest one would probably be the very first edition Chloe that came out in, the first one came out in 2001, and then that one she had like a plain shirt and like a plain headband, and then another one of the, almost the exact same doll came out in 2005, and she had just her angel print on the front, and then she had like little patterns on the headband. But yeah, I thought it was really fitting, and it's super easy to do. The main thing about this whole thing is just the makeup. My camera did die here, and all I did was thank you for watching the video and everything. Oh, hi, here I am. We're getting started. Alright, so first, we're gonna block our brows, because brats have really high up, really high arched brows. They're, you know, think 90s type thing. So in order to get that, I have to block out mine. And I used a special effects, you know, the wax. Or you can use a glue stick. You can literally do this exact same thing with glue. Make sure it's all flat. Everything's good, no bumps. Then you're going to take like an orange colored concealer to start covering up the darkness of your hair. This is going to camouflage the darkness so that you can then powder over top. I used Mercier just to set it. You want to make sure that you set it though, or else all the orange is going to just wipe away as soon as you put the concealer over top. Conceal with your regular colored concealer over top of that. And don't powder it yet, because now we're going to use foundation. And you guys know how to put foundation on. I use the L'Oreal Pro-Glo. It's just what I use. Now I'm highlighting with my concealer. Dolls have a very full face, especially the brats. They all have really full faces. Mine's kind of long. It's not as rounded. So I just highlighted in all the areas underneath my eyes, high points of the cheekbones, chin, and all the lower part of my face, just to try and bring out and accentuate my lower face more. I didn't include this because I forgot, but I actually didn't do any contouring either. What I did was I just used a warmer brown colored blush, and I would just, where I would normally contour and blush, I used that. Okay, so now for the brows. Yeah, for the brows. Shaping it out, think 90s brows, you know, they're really high up, they're pretty far apart too. I actually made them too close together at first, so I had to fix that, which I didn't include, but clean them up with concealer, just make sure they're nice and tidy, as neat as you can get them. Yeah, they look like your classic 90s penciled in, far apart, you know, thin brows, high arch. Now we're doing our first transition shade, which is a light pink, like you could see on the doll in the photo. So I just used a blush actually. It's just a MAC blush. And I used a big fluffy brush, and I'm just blending it out as my first transition. That'll go just above the orange, because there's a little bit of an orangey color right underneath the pink.
It's welcome, baby.
So I used that, whatever that palette is. It's just a light orange color. If you have one, just use it. So I deposited that right underneath the pink. Again, the brow bone has been lifted on the Bratz look, so our crease colors, transition shades, are actually going to go up quite a bit higher than we normally would do it. Now using my NYX Milk Jumbo Pencil, I'm taking some of that out, and I'm just using a small painter's brush to apply it in the waterline. And this is how we're going to make the eyes look a bit bigger, like a Bratz doll. They have really big, enlarged eyes. They're pretty wide too. So with all your lines, you're going to flick outwards a little bit more, almost creating a cat eye idea on the bottom portion of your waterline. And then you're going to trace on the outside of your white line. You're tracing with a black eyeliner pencil. Doesn't really matter what one. This one's L'Oreal. You're going to trace underneath the white line that you just created because you're trying to make the eye look bigger. And just so this blends seamlessly, we're going to use a little dense shader brush, and we're just going to blend out the black line that we just created underneath our white line, just to make it look a little more natural. Bratz don't got that harsh eyeliner, you know what I mean? So yeah, we're creating a whole new eye shape pretty much. Flicking it out as well, make sure, don't forget that. Oh yeah, also I'm creating some small little eyelashes just on the outside of the flick, if you can see that there. If you look at the doll, you'll see what I mean. You can see they have like 3 little eyelashes on their bottom, just on the very outer corner. All of this is being angled upwards because Bratz eyes are angled further up on their face. Yeah, so then I'm just taking that small painter's brush again as my eyeliner brush, and I'm using a dark brown eyeliner. This is almost black. I just don't like using black eyeliner. I don't know why. That's just for some reason. But this works well for me. So yep, using the brown liner and not doing quite like, we're not doing a huge wing, but just a little bit of a flick on the outside to try and lift your eye up a little bit. And then I'm going over the black liner that I just did with the brown liner again, just to deepen it a little bit more. It makes it a little bit darker.
It's welcome, baby.
And then we're just going in with the dense brush again. And yeah, going over the eyelashes. Just pronouncing them just a little bit more. Yeah, just using the dark brown shade and a small pencil brush, I am tracing out the crease of the lid on the Bratz doll. You can see in the photo that she does have a little bit of a pronounced crease. There's a little bit of a brown color in her crease there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just creating it. It also just makes the lid look larger. Now I'm cleaning that line up with my flat concealer brush, and that just makes everything look a little bit neater. And next here we're doing some mascara just on the top lashes. Don't do it on the bottom lashes because then we'll undo all the work we just did to create the bigger eye look. So no bottom lashes.
It's welcome, baby.
And next we're doing eyelashes here. I'm not sure what lashes those are. I got them from Winners. But yeah, just cutting off a quarter from the inner portion of the eyelash. It makes it look a little bit more natural. Gluing that actually pointing upwards as well. If you slant your lash upwards, it will lift your eye more like the Bratz. Contouring the nose, just around the tip of your nose. I'm using the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D and a big fluffy brush. I'm really just doing very light contouring, just to try and make it look more like a doll nose, a little button nose. And then a little bit of highlight. I just used the e.l.f. highlighter, just right on the center, and then a little bit along the bridge of my nose, just to pronounce it a little bit more. Now lips. So here I used a hot pink matte pencil. I'm just starting with a heart shape on my cupid's bow, or actually right above my cupid's bow, just under my piercing, and then bringing that down. When you're overlining your lips, you want to make sure that your ends are meeting the corner of your natural lip line. You don't want to extend it out further past your corner of your lip, because then it's going to look fake. Most of the volume should come from the center. And doing the same thing, I'm actually going from the corners of my mouth and meeting in the middle. I find that easier for my bottom lip. Also, when you're doing your lips, you just want to make sure that you're using a matte color, whether it be a pencil or a liquid lipstick, and it is more realistic that way. If you're using something sheer, you'll be able to see the edges of your lips. Oh, also, I forgot to put on my blue eyeshadow because this brat has blue eyeshadow, so I added that in there. So after I'm done the lining, I added a bit of a highlight because she has on a really frosty lip color, but I didn't have a light, I didn't have like a pink frosty color.
It's welcome, baby.
Now, just using a frosty, shimmery lip gloss, I just put that all over. Really makes them pop. I feel like Bratz would wear a ton of lip gloss. We all know they do. So yeah, and we're all finished. I'm learning. So thank you for bearing with me in my inconsistencies and my lack of lighting, and sometimes I forget steps, so, you know, more work on that. But, yeah, thank you for watching. I did forget to film an outro, so, yeah, I hope you liked it. Thank you.
It's welcome, baby.